how would this feel like for in your team when you make a mistake? So think about in your team that you're coaching, right? When someone drops a ball or someone makes a mistake, maybe misses a penalty or misses an easy chance, what's the feeling like within your team when that happens? I would hope that they would answer in three things. So the one would be motivation. The second thing would be environment. And the third aspect would be values. So number one, motivation. It talks about how are people motivated, what's their attitude like, are they engaged in what they need to do on the field and off the field. So how are they motivated to be there? Do they go over and beyond of what is asked of them? Do they give their all? So that's the one aspect of team culture. You want that attitude in the players. The second thing is the environment. When they get onto the field, also at the practice, what's the environment like? What's the belonging like with the others on the team? And values are the key distinguished factors and key priorities of behaviors that you want to see the players live by and play by. So those are three key elements that forms team culture. You often see it in the professional teams. You see teams playing well together. And that's a sign that they have an X factor that gives them an edge over other teams. So you can have the most skills, but if you don't have an X factor that can actually help you to play together differently, you cannot actually win the trophies. And so it comes from a culture that's there. It's not just about winning, but it's also there's elements that contribute to the winning. And there's a culture that they feel like this is who we are, this is how we play, this is how we are connected, and we belong to each other. And there's just a drive to this is who we are and this is how we impact, and that results at the end in performance and winning trophies, and they do it in a great way. You are jealous of those teams when you look at them because they have fun doing it, they are focused in it, and they win. So that's why team culture is so important. You have to be intentional about creating that team culture in your team. You have to have a plan to actually do it. So what is your plan in instilling that team culture in your team? And you have to have a clear distinction between two types of environments that you want to create. Now, the one is most often people fall into a fear culture or a fear environment. They get into the team and they're always nervous. They're always afraid of making a mistake. And actually, that player cannot be themselves. They cannot be their true selves of who they are as a person, but also as a player. So if you create a joy environment, these players are creative on the field, but they're also focused, and they also perform at the best level when they are playing with a type of joy that and a security and an energy and an attitude, and they play the best when they have that and when they play with that attitude. So as a coach, the hope is to create an environment where it's joyful, people want to be there, and also people perform at their best because they are themselves on the field and off the field. Yeah, one simple and very impactful and easy step is shaping the first 5 minutes of your practice. When people get there, what are the first 5 minutes like? And how can you shape that 5 minutes to be a joyful time? So the simple question could be that you ask your players is, what are you thankful for? A very simple question, but it changes your mind from a fear to a joyful. And the studies show that you cannot be thankful and fearful at the same time. Your brain cannot think like that. So that's a simple thing. First 5 minutes, make it light, make it joyful for them. Have the team come there with smiles that they want to be there. And that's a key thing to change it. And there's different other things, but it's not always shouting, not having this hostile environment. It is learning quickly from the mistakes. And a team that learns quickly will have the focus on learning and focusing rather than on being fearful and shy and embarrassed because they make a mistake. But it's people that pick up each other and help them to refocus very quickly after mistakes are made. So those are just a few simple things to focus on in your coaching to create that joy environment. Obviously, as a coach, bring it. Come with joy. Don't have a frown. Have a smile. Bring the energy, because they follow your energy. So bring your attitude and your joyfulness, and they will follow that very quickly.